but it's a factory that has a good name. The name is E-Building.
No, I don't look at it just a car company. I think there's an AI story, there's potential software story, the charging station story.
I think ultimately, right now, Tesla's the most undervalued AI play in the market.
All that and more. So let's get to it.
Ferrari is raising the hood on a new EV factory in Italy as it gets closer to unveiling its first all-electric supercar later next year. For more on the road ahead, I am thrilled to say we're joined now by Benedetto Vigna. He is the CEO of Ferrari. It's great to have you with me. How should we be thinking about this new factory? Is this the new crown jewel in your portfolio?
It's a new crown jewel factory for sure, but it's a factory that has a good name. The name is E-Building. The E in front of it stays for three things. It means energy, it means evolution, it means environment. Because this is a factory where we'll make new strategic component with for electric cars. We will make all the cars that we intend to make for the future, and then we will do everything in full respect of the environment. That's the name of this factory, E-Building.
E-Building, I'm going to write that down. And let's talk about what the goal of E-Building is, because you shipped just under 14,000 vehicles last year. Is the goal of this new factory to increase your annual output?
The goal of this factory is to increase the capability of what we are doing here. We want to provide to our designers, to our engineers, something that allow them to continue to make unique Ferrari on one side, and when we want to provide our client the freedom to select the propulsion scheme they want. If they want an ICE, if they want an hybrid, if they want an electric car, well, they can have the choice to select which car they want. We are strong believer of the technology neutrality when it comes to cars for our segment.
You know what the client really wants? Is the best vehicle that they could possibly get. Considering an electric vehicle is an improvement in almost every single way from a hybrid and definitely from an internal combustion engine. Are you telling me that your electric supercar isn't going to just demolish whatever you could do with the internal combustion engine or a hybrid? Far be it for me to say that Ferrari is going to conduct a lateral move with the electric vehicle. I mean, it's a Ferrari. It's going to sell as a collector's item anyway. Hybrid, electric, ICE, it doesn't matter. But you have a chance to make a statement, and you're choosing not to? My only real question now is, will the Roadster come out before this electric Ferrari? And when both of them are out, playing in the market, which one is going to do better? Not just when it comes to volumes and margins, but on the track.
What about Tesla today? Reiterated outperform by Super Bowl Dan Ives at Wedbush. 275 is the price target. AI story, he says that Tesla's, quote, the linchpin to $1 trillion market cap, tide shifting. Do you think the tide is shifting?
Yeah, I would never go against Dan Ives, especially in a name like Tesla. I think the peak negativity that we saw around Tesla's earnings is not there anymore, but I think it's settling out. I think we're seeing nice technical bottoming pattern. I wouldn't be surprised to see this above 200 in the very, very near future.
What? I've got to admit, it does seem like the bearish sentiment is starting to retreat back into the cave. But this consolidation period since about February is kind of daunting. Tesla's been trading sideways between 175 and 185 for over 4 months now. Something is bound to break it in one direction or another. Should Tesla's Q2 prove rosier than expected, coupled with this AI sensation, could send the stock vaulting into the stratosphere.
I'm going to be trading this personally, probably with some options down the road here in the near future. But the AI story around it, I don't look at it just a car company. I think there's an AI story, there's potential software story, the charging station story. There's a lot of factors here that could power this thing over $200 in the very near term.
Ding, 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 ding. Tell him what he's won, Johnny. Your mother. Right. TSLA has been battered year to date. Well over 25% losses, mainly caused by the reduction in production and deliveries. Oh, but how temporary that will be. Add on to the fire of Tesla energy. Every battery electric vehicle to be sold in North America will have the NACS on it and will be utilizing the Tesla supercharging network. I get giddy every time I think about Tesla's recurring revenue when it comes to that SaaS model, that software as a service situation, whether they're using that software for insurance, the auto bidder, and most importantly, FSD. It's only a matter of time and data before Tesla and the team solves for general autonomy.
Just like, you know, we talk about these big pay packages, it's like $1 billion, and it really is that. But to the point, if robo-taxi is the next big thing, do you think that this is the man who can lead Tesla to the future? And does robo-taxi, is that the thing that's going to make Tesla regain its $1 trillion market cap?
Musk is Tesla, Tesla is Musk. And I think ultimately, right now, Tesla is the most undervalued AI play in the market.
You're damn right.
I believe the AI component of Tesla could be worth 1 to 2 trillion alone. And this, in my view, this is really the beginning of what is going to be just a massive stage of growth for Musk and Tesla. August 8th, in my opinion, will be a historical day for Tesla.
Okay, they unveil it August 8th. Any idea when production starts, when we would actually see robo-taxis on the road?
Look, I think over the next 18 months, I mean, this is something, we're not talking 3-4 years away. I think this is the start of what's going to be not just robo-taxis, but when you talk about full self-driving and autonomous, Tesla is an autonomous AI company. It does disruptive tech. And I think we will be looking at ultimately a stock that could potentially double over the next 12, 18 months.
Something tells me we're going to be seeing the robo-taxis on the road a lot sooner than people would like to think. I truly believe there will be a shortening of that window from unveil to production. With every release of a new product, they learn something about that rollout. That ramping of production. I'd like to think that they're going to take all of those experiences from the Model 3, the Model Y, arduous ramp of a brand new product like the Cybertruck or the Semi, tackling the manufacturing process of these new vehicles from first principles.
I have a headline today from CNBC.com's Laura Kadalodny. According to internal memos, Tesla's workforce has shrunk by 14% since Elon Musk announced layoffs back in April. In December, Tesla employed a little more than 140,000 people worldwide. Today, it's 121,000. What do the layoffs mean to you in terms of resources aimed at growth and cost efficiency?
Yeah, well, they've had to rip the Band-Aid off because we've seen softer demand globally, especially in China. That's the hearts and lungs of the Tesla story. But I think they have been proactive. And even though we're not expecting fireworks for the June quarter, this will pay dividends. It's what Musk and Tesla have needed to do. An adult needed to be in the room, and Musk stepped up. And I believe right now, when we look at the Tesla story, they've gone through some Category 5 hurricane. But I think on the other side of this now is going to be that Cinderella story will return to Tesla, and I think AI is going to be the key.
You know, there was a lot of hype over Cybertruck when the launch happened, when it rolled out off of the production floor. Do you think expectations and the hype around Tesla itself make the rollout of robo-taxi problematic?
I think you're going to have a brighter spotlight like we see with Musk and Tesla, but from a core technology perspective, I believe this is really going to be the start of what's going to be a renaissance of growth for Tesla, not just on autonomous, but even on a demand perspective.
Meanwhile, you've got like Ferrari moving into the EV space. The company's offering a posh new electric vehicle sports car that comes at a price tag of, I'm going to choke on this too, $500,000, set to be released next year. CNBC's Robert Frank sat down with Ferrari CEO Benedetto Vigna and says, well, here's what he said about the car and the demand for EVs.
You know, the final judge will be the client, but I can tell you that several people, more people start to see, to try our electric Ferrari, and they have a good feeling. I believe that in the future, we will have clients that today are buying our cars, that they will switch to electric.
Will they?
I think they will. And I think what this does, when you have a brand like Ferrari making a bet like this, it shows where the world's heading. And I think they're hedging their bets. In my opinion, Ferrari, it's the gold standard. And this is an important, something that a few years ago, never thought that you'd see this headline.
Haven't they heard? EVs aren't going anywhere. Everybody's switching back to ICE. right? In conclusion, Ferrari's e-building is underway, and we can expect to start seeing their $500,000 electric supercar coming off those lines sometime in 2026 maybe? Will we see the Roadster before that? And has TSLA navigated all the rough seas? There seems to be a bit of optimism for TSLA. Is AI the tailwind that Tesla needs to get back into the $1 trillion market club? In addition to seeing robo-taxis on the road this time next year bouts, I fully expect Tesla to be the most valuable company in a decade's time. That's all I've got for you today. Be easy. Peace.